He was sacked by Crosby earlier in the second quarter. Get the snap off with 1:08 to go. Stidhams going to throw. He steps up. He launches down the far sideline. It's a duck, and it's picked off by a sliding Trayvon Merrick, who fields it at the 18-yard line on his backside, and he cradles it and leave it to the defense. Link, the side of the football that has been special this year, comes up with a takeaway to seal the final win of the year.
And that leaves the Raider Nation with something to cheer about, because we have owned the Broncos the last 4 years. They finish off work today. And how about talking about someone coming in their own? How about Merrick coming into his own? You know, that his third year for this young man has been brilliant, and he has played some good football this year.
You know, Link, remember, the first 3 games of the year, the defense did not have a takeaway. That is the 22nd takeaway by this Raiders defense. And Trayvon Merrick's 3rd pick of the year. And it was Adam Butler, Link, through the middle, who got his hand on Stidhams' right hand as he came through to throw the football. And again, so the ancillary parts, the again, obviously Max Crosby plays a role.
Certainly.
But John Jenkins, the journeyman, career year in tackles. Aiden O'Connell drops to a knee. They'll have to wind it and snap it one more time.
Adam Butler has played some good football this year. And Marcus Epps, Merrick. I mean, the defense collectively, and then finding the hidden gem in Jack Jones and bringing out the best of him has really sent this defense to another side. They can leave Nate Hobbs. They can leave Nate Hobbs in the slot, which he plays much better, I think, than the outside corner. So I like that move.
You hear the chant from the crowd, and if you can't make it out, we'll do it for you. That chant by Raider Nation is APAP. They are making their voice heard the same way that Devontae Adams and Max Crosby did earlier this week. They clearly want Antonio Pierce to be the head coach of this franchise moving forward. O'Connell took the final knee, and the final play of the 2023 season is the victory formation. Antonio Pierce and the Raiders win Week 18, and they beat the Broncos for an 8th straight time, 27-14 here at home.
Well, what a game. Defense put it together. Offense did what they needed to do. What a game. What an absolute game. So it was a great way for them to end the season. Sure, they would like to be in the playoffs, but this team is something that's building in progress.
Link, Antonio Pierce has jogged over to the end zone to our right where the black hole.
Black hole's there.
Yeah, it's right there, and he is talking. He is with them. They are cheering him on as he is hopping and skipping into the tunnel to the rear right corner.
I think there'll be some cigars lit in the locker room tonight.
Oh, there'll be smell down there, yeah. Yeah, there'll be nice smell. Well, you know, whatever you choose. Later in the broadcast, JT and company will have the player of the game brought to you by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the official soft drink of the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders finished the year 8-9, 2 more wins than the season ago. Antonio Pierce finishes his interim resume, Link, 5-4 as the head coach of this team. They finished 1 game out of the playoffs. They finished in 2nd place in the division. And they finished, Link, 3 wins in the final 4 games of the year, all against the other 3 division opponents.
Yeah, but the big plus is the fact that we were able to get a win in Kansas City to end that slide.
A franchise record, 63 points.
Yeah, franchise record. I mean, yeah, you talk about some of the games that got away from this team, but more importantly, you see the resiliency as they battle through adversity and find a way to get a win against a stingy team that gave them all that they can handle.
Yep. 27-14, the final score here in Las Vegas. We'll get the final stats in a moment. Let's bring in JT. JT, you were screaming, got to get 8th in a row against the Broncos. Got to beat the Broncos. They did it with a lead from start to finish here this afternoon.
Yeah, Jason, Lincoln, a pleasure working another season with you guys, 2 of the best in the business. This is a big post-game show because of the streak. We said going into the game, keep the streak alive. That's 8 in a row. The Denver Broncos have never won at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, home of the Super Bowl this year. Sean Payton has a losing season in his first year in Denver. And as you guys said eloquently, Antonio Pierce had a statement game today. They came to play. They came to win. That was a hell of a performance in a really good football game. We got a big post-game show coming up.
Yeah, no question about it. Appreciate it, JT. We'll get to you really soon. Link, again, the offense and this team and points per game and the whole thing with 27 today. They'll be right around 20 per game for the year.
Right.
24th, 25th, whatever it's going to be. We'll find out final stats tomorrow. but they scored 20 in each of the last 4 weeks. There are only two other teams in the NFL to do that. The Rams and the Saints. Now, as the season progressed down the stretch. Now, again, part of that was the 2 defensive touchdowns in Kansas City, but the team scored 20 in 4 straight games. And remember, they couldn't score 20 for the most part of the first 10 games of the year.
Struggled. It really wasn't something you could put your finger directly on why they struggled. But I know, just coming in, Jimmy G wasn't the answer. We tried it with him. We had no idea that we were going to go to our 4th round quarterback, Aiden O'Connell. At least I didn't before the season was over. But more importantly, this team has shown some great resiliency and battling through adversity.
5 more sacks to finish the year. The Raiders defense finishes with 46 sacks on the season. They hold the Broncos today to 208 and less than 20 points. So they will finish giving up less than 20 points per game on the year. Top 10 in the NFL for the first time in 21 years. And here's the other one, Lincoln. We harped on this to start, but now that the game's over, this streak continues too. Aiden O'Connell and the offense finished the year, Link, 4 consecutive games without a turnover. That is a massive number to finish the year.
That's why I think he's serviceable. I do. I think he's serviceable. I think if you have the right offense around him and the right play calling, I think you can get some production out of this young man. And if you are able to stay with Aiden O'Connell, it's good value. You get your starting quarterback in the 4th round. That's important and going forward because they have other needs they need to address.
Yeah, there's no question about it. We'll see what the team does at head coach. We'll see what the team does at general manager. We will find out what they do at quarterback. Josh Jacobs is now a free agent. But they finish on a high note. The Raiders finished the year winning 3 of the last 4. A 2nd place finish in the division. And certainly it was not a complete year that you'd like to have.
No.
But it was a year better than last. And they finished 8-9 on the season with a victory today over the Denver Broncos. My friend, it has been a pleasure this year and last.
Go Dogs.
Yes, Lincoln, go Dogs. Stop it.
Go Dogs.
My friend Lincoln Kennedy is wearing his Washington varsity jacket that amazingly fits you. Although I guess you were a lot bigger when you were 22 than you are now at
That's true.
fill in the blank years.
Yeah.
My friend, this has been a blast. The ups, the downs with Raider Nation this year has been fun. A lot of good, a lot of bad, and we'll see what we've got next year.
Certainly.
End of the ball game here against Denver. The Raiders 27, the Broncos 14. For our producer and engineer, Dave and Sam Sniff, Brian and Casey, our spotter and statistician here in Las Vegas. I'm Jason Horowitz, Raider Nation. Thank you so much for letting us be part of your Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays all year long here in the 2023 season. Raiders end the year with a win, 27-14 over Denver. You're listening to Raiders football.